in this session. They will lead overnight. The one tell with Tyler Styer when he's feeling the pressure, when he's under it, when he wants it, he gets very rosy in the cheeks, and when he walked out, you could see that.
Yeah, Tyler, all business, of course, like he always is, as he should be. Very good breaker of the balls, and that's been something that's been on point for both teams. Really, the break has been really good. Oh, the one ball was missed. We haven't seen that. And look at the clusters in front of the cue ball, it looks like, to get at that one. Just made 2 balls on the break, 2 odd balls, you would say. He may have to push out to a kick here. I don't know if he can kick to the right of the pink and get at the left side of the one. That would be ideal. Bring the one up, let the cue ball kind of float over to the left side of the table. I think otherwise you may have to push out to a kick. He's going to take it on. Excuse me, Phil. A little surprising, really.
You cannot believe he found the gap there and scratched.
It doesn't look like, watch this, it just doesn't look like enough room really to get by there. But a lot of players, you know, would push into a more favorable kick position. He's got to move the 4 or the 3, I would think. He didn't. Thought for sure he would try to bump one of those balls with the 2 very open. I think he probably did. He just missed his mark a bit. He wouldn't travel the cue ball all the way down the table like that. That would be a little risky with the 8 and 9 there.
When he walked into the arena, he seemed so intense.
A definite tester here if he takes it on, and I think they're very similar guys, both of them in a lot of ways. Very intense at the tournaments, work very hard, leaving themselves. And this is, to me, usually you drive the pink into the long rail here. That's the normal miss. You would think it's going to be an easy side of things. Oh, he hit it sweet. Very well struck.
Prepared to switch hands. It was a shot of plenty of simplicity.
Yeah, I just needed to draw the cue ball a couple feet, and the table's drawn nicely. The bed is really fast. Should slow down a hair, but you'll see how much this wanders up the table. And all of a sudden, this has gotten to be very much a tester.
Yeah, this is the missable zone. Pot it, it's a confidence booster. Miss it, it's a confidence wrecker.
He's in high English. Surprising.
Undercut the 7 ball, if you recall, in his match in the team contest, and there he undercuts the 8.
Not sure he really left much for Tyler to attack. I think it's going to be a safety. I don't know, he may go for the bank here. I think he's playing safe, though. And I think this is where I give Mickey to be a little bit better offensively, maybe. It's close. But I really think the experience, kicking, safeties, different situations, I got to give that to Tyler a bit.
First rack, and you can already feel the importance of it.
Yeah, I tell you, I may not come off the left side of this 8-ball. That looks a little scary to me. I would say maybe the same safety you had a moment ago. I think I come underneath the 9 here with the cue ball. He went for the bank, and he hit it really well.
Every shot to the middles has to be respected, though. Krauss caught the 8-ball too thick, and it was the thin end of the wedge. Because Tyler Styer with a bank on the 8 and then a nicely controlled rolling on the 9 puts the USA ahead. That's the first time in 3 matches they've won the opening rack. Trying to channel his individual success of this year into a team environment. He's had 13 top 10 finishes this year as Tyler Styer, and in addition 2 victories, the Midwest Billiards and Q Expo and the Chuck Markhalis Memorial. He was runner-up in the McDermott Classic, also in the Texas Open. He's been there or thereabouts, and he was 9th in the International Open last week.
Yeah, he's had a great year, and it's always steady. It's hard to win out there, that's for sure. He's got a couple of those this year as well. But he's just going to be a guy that just always performs, it seems like. There are ups and downs in pool. It's just how it is in most all sports. But he just doesn't have a lot of downs, it seems like, with all the hard work. It really pays off with Tyler Styer.
It's been a fantastic start to the match, and one has to say that is in keeping with this terrific venue. It's the Carib Royale Resort. We're on World Centre Drive, just down the road from Hawks Landing Golf Club, Jeremy. Florida has embraced this Mosconi Cup, and already you get the vibes it's going to be an unqualified success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Florida, one of the biggest pool states there is in America, and of course, so much going on here this month. And I really hope it continues in the future. I think it will.
It's all brand new for Mickey Krause. It's been a breakout year for him. What he wants in this match is to break and run out.
Yeah, he didn't get away with that mistake like he did in the team match, missing the 7-ball and still winning the game. But
Team Europe to break. It's only 1 rack to nil.
The 1 not in, but the 3 is the salvage ball.
yeah, the ball's open pretty nice, and we always talk about the 9-ball. If it gets a lot of movement, sometimes the rack can be a hair off, but the 9 stayed pretty steady. So both Tyler and Mickey, I think, are the only 2 players so far to miss the 1, and they've both done it here in the first 2 games. Going to try and get at this and then get into the blue 2 with the cue ball at the same time. Easy to hit this a little thick. Oh, he didn't draw the ball. Just kind of, took what he could, you would say, on the blue 2. Now he's only got the left side of the cue ball. So is he going to try and come some 3 rails in between the 5-7, back up for the pink 4? Oh, he's going directly over the top. Oof.
And if ever the calling of an extension was appropriate, you've just seen it. This is a shot of huge tariff
I don't think he can really attack without playing the left English. I think it's got to be a safety. Yeah, I think that's a pretty smart shot. Really good choice and even better execution. Because a lot of people would say that was easy, Phil, but queuing over that pink 4, even though you're just kind of banging the 2 down table, definitely not easy.
At the wall of balls, the 5, the 9, and the 8. But as you say, if you impart some unwanted side spin, catch the 2 ball a little too thin, maybe. It misfires.
Again, is there much future getting on the pink 4? Of course, the 2 ball I wouldn't say is a complete hanger, but one that he's going to make at a very high rate. But how much of the 7 is he going to catch? Is he drawing off the 7? Yeah, I always thought that it was going to be difficult. Attacking here, and again, position's not easy. That's one way to do it. But I mean, you can't really blame him. As long as he knew he was getting clear of the 7 there and coming around table, not a whole lot bad could happen.
That was right on the nose. Couldn't have worked out any better.
Wow. So that answered my question. You know, during that shot, when he bumped the 6, or the 9 rather, it came over and got jammed up on the 6, so he had to try and open him there.
And it was the dinkiest little 6-9 carom that sees Mickey Krause back on level terms at 1-1. We talked about Tyler Styer's very solid 2024. Mickey Krause, I think it's been more than solid for him. Very, very impressive. We knew for a while he was going to be a big star in the game. It took a while to hit the heights, but finally he's done it. Now let's go down to Ashley.
I'm joined by Billiards Hall of Famer Scott Frost and also Team USA motivator. Talk to me about that role.
Yeah, I just kind of took it upon myself. Matchroom allowed me to do it. I think it's important to have as much positivity as possible. You know, last year we had some points in time where the team kind of got a little toxic, I felt like. So I was real big on just keeping everybody nice and cool, keeping them positive, no matter what happens, right? We could be down 7-0. I still think we can win. I've got to make them believe that we can win.
And I mean, this crowd, it's quite intimidating, even with them backing you all the way. It's hard with that pressure.
Yeah, I mean, most people, I don't even understand it. I've never been out in that scene, but just sitting behind the guys, I understand what they're going through. I think they can do it. They're back right now, but we're a long ways away.
What would you say to Tyler in this moment now?
Oh, I just told him a minute ago, I said, your pace around the table looks great. Don't get ahead of yourself. I think that's important because in this atmosphere, you can really get ahead of yourself, right? So many people in here, it's so loud. I can only imagine. So I'm just here to try and keep them calm and positive.
Keep it up. Good to speak to you, Scott.
Ashley, thank you.
Our pal Scott, proving there is frost in Florida. Can Styer regain the lead? The rogue ball goes in, but the one not doing him any great favours, Jeremy.
Yeah, the rack didn't sound as good as what I've heard so far, but that's 3 missed 1 balls in succession for these two players. He's definitely got an offensive shot. Just depends on which one he wants to take. He's got a kiss shot on the 4 that's pretty easy. He could bank the 1 cross corner. That kind of offers position on the 3. He's definitely going to attack. We'll just see which one he chooses. I think it's the bank shot. Well, he's hitting low on the ball, so it's hard to tell.
That was the easier option in terms of knocking a ball in, but of course he's paying it forward.
Yeah, he had good speed on the 1, trying to bank it over the side, but didn't realize the cue ball was going to come that far across. So now in a safety position, probably drops him behind the 3 here. This is going to roll out a bit. Good control.
Under this kind of pressure, in front of a huge audience, as we've got here, that kind of shot is always fiddly, it's always touchy. But on this table, which is so quick, even more so.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I thought for sure he'd overhit it, and not saying it was a mistake. That's just how difficult it is with the bed being so fast. All right, I'm sure he wanted to draw the ball a little bit back behind the 8. Come off the left side, caught the 1 a little heavy. Could actually win for that bank if he draws the ball. All right, Tyler should attack here. Just come straight down the table with the cue ball. Hit that quite heavy.
Well, he visibly moved on the shot. Supposed to keep your shoulder out of the cueing, the head down. He didn't do either.
Another one that should be played here. Not easy, of course, but not a whole lot of options other than to attack. And I'll tell you, we're seeing a few mistakes here, of course, expect from all players, really. I think most of the Europeans have been pretty flawless so far, but it sets up for mistakes, to be honest with you, Phil. Not only the situation, of course, the Mosconi wanting it so bad, the team atmosphere, having the pressure of your teammates, but also the slick table. This may be the fastest table I've ever seen in the Mosconi. And when nerves are high, I think that makes it more difficult, actually. Yeah, he's just going to try and get some distance here. I don't think there's any guaranteed snooker. I caught another one too thick. Really missed his mark by a long piece, a long ways.
Now this shot could be the key to the rack. We've talked about Krauss making his Mosconi Cup debut. It's also the debut for the nation of Denmark in the Mosconi Cup. The 17th European nation represented in the competition over the years.
Good player, Peter Nielsen, from years ago. He'll be proud. One of the best players from Denmark. Now Mickey Krause, probably the best ever from Denmark. And that's the thing, you just have to have the mentality to knock in balls, because the cue ball's never going to be just perfect, it seems like. You're going to have a rack or two here or there that you keep the cue ball really in line on every shot, but it's pretty rare. So you just got to tell yourself, perfect position is not really the key. Just a little recovery. That's the one that really wins matches.
Mickey Krause is in the house at the Carib Royale Resort. And when this 9 goes in, he's going to be in front. No mistake from the Dane, who's hoping to be a great Dane here on the opening day of the Mosconi Cup of 2024. It's been Europe's pool so far. They lead 2-1 in the first singles.
This is meant to be, like it's my destiny. You better believe me, make it look easy, like it was made for me. I was made for this, build it brick by brick, taking all the risks, I throw them back in the fire. If you want to make it, then you can take it, you can take it, but you better get in the zone.
Billy Thorpe, as he did when he wasn't playing in the Mosconi Cup, trying to motivate the crowd. Maybe he's a little overhyped himself. You can get 2 up for an occasion. There's no doubt the man from Dayton, Ohio, badly wants the USA to prevail here. But right now, it's looking very useful indeed for Europe. And the question is, will it be delight for the debutant? The signs are good.
Pull the cue ball in a bit there from the box, and I think we're definitely getting a different rack is what I think, Phil. That can't happen with the template, but now we've missed the 1 in each of the first 4. And of course these players, they can hit a rack occasionally, but it doesn't happen very often.
Ben Taylor Fuente, the referee, involved in an officiating capacity in the Mosconi Cup for the first time.
Yeah, nothing against Ben. I mean, Ben's a great referee. It just seems like the ones reacting a little differently. Had to take a chance there, drawing the ball, kind of slowly drawing the ball into position there to open up the 2-3.
Now that's a self-imposed pickle.
Yeah, but I liked his play though. I mean, you can't just rip draw at it. You have to come in there slowly. All right, he's going to get the snooker with the 9, just trying to keep it simple. Well, I'm surprised he's looking this way. I would kick between the 3 and 4 to the short cushion and come to the backside of the 2. Don't really see much future coming off the side rail. Of course, you are going to hit it. I'm really shocked he's not going between the 3-4 here. Looks like he's sizing up the side pocket. Just keep it simple here. I don't think the 3's playable. Maybe just make the 2 and bang the 3 away. I wouldn't get too cute with this. I think I just hold the cue ball right there where the 3's at. Let the 3 go up table. Make sure you're not banking it 2 rails towards the upper corner. Don't want to leave some easy jump. Yeah, you hit it with enough speed to get away from that corner pocket. Pretty smart. Tell you what, I don't even know if he's hooked. I think he's got a gap. If he can hit the right side of this, that would be ideal. Put the 3 near the 5. Oh, he's going for it. Didn't like that choice too much. I thought the right side of the 3 was available. Maybe not, though. Maybe he was forced.
A victory in this match would mean so much to Tyler Styer.
Oh, Friendly little bump there. I think he was going to fall somewhat straight on the pink. Could have been problems. It would mean so much to a lot of people in this room, a victory right here. But I mean, what about the two that are up next? The cream of the crop for USA, that being SVB and Federgorst. As great as they are human. Be a lot of pressure going into that match if you were trailing 3-0 in the overall score.
Yeah, Styer's not got the best singles record in Mosconi Cups. He's won 2 of them, lost 6.
All right, drawing the cue ball up the table. It looks like a stun. I tell you, this ball is rolled out, and of course the 5's not hard, but needs to get pretty nice on the 6 to make things comfortable getting from the 7 to the 8. So a lot of that comfort goes with this shot here on the 5.
Nothing's a given in the cauldron of the Mosconi Cup. This Rachmo certainly isn't. Plenty of cue ball movement required. Balls that can be missed.
Yeah, he's going to go forward here, trying to get a bit closer to that 7. And both players trying to make up for some mistakes. Tyler in the last game had a couple 1 balls he'd like to have back. Like to do it right here and get back on the board. Of course, Mickey Krause missed the 8 in game 1, but then broke and ran to make up for it.
Back at the Reyes Cup, we saw Duong Kwok Wang missed a very similar 7 ball to that early on. I thought that one might wobble and stay, but it just about fell. To the collective relief of all of the American supporters.
Yeah, that pocket's been a little tough. The 2 ball, that rail first 2 ball that Billy played in the last match, I thought he made that and it hung.
Each of our first 2 matches here today, Europe held a 4-1 lead. This match is a lot more competitive as I throw it down to Ashley.
It's really heating up, and I'm sat here with Billy Thorpe, and you just said it was a little bit hairy on that 7. You said that's the pocket that's been giving me some trouble as well.
Yeah, I keep hanging him up in that pocket, which, I mean, I'm glad that went for Tyler. I don't know how it went, but I'm happy for him. Yeah, that pocket's been giving me crap my last few matches, so I have to make a few in it and then get back focused.
How much is it about taking it game by game, match by match, and just trying to stay composed because, you know, at the moment you are down?
Yeah, back in 2018 we were down 2-0, and actually, oddly enough, Tyler's the one that got the point, and we came back and won. So it's not impossible. We can definitely do it. We just got to take it 1 ball at a time, 1 rack at a time, and go from there.
And what's it like being back out there on the Mosconi Cup stage? Because we haven't seen you out there since 2020, and that was back in COVID time, so totally a different environment this time round.
Yeah, I got to play 3 years with the crowd and then 1 year without the crowd, but the last time I played was without the crowd, so it's definitely a little different. I love it. I live for this, so it's amazing. I love being out here and pumping the crowd and pumping my team up.
You definitely are pumping up the crowd. I can see you going, get louder, get louder.
Yeah.
But also, you've got one of the best seats in the house. You sat here on the sofa. You look quite relaxed, are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty chill, really. The very first game that I played, I was kind of like, okay, this is, it's a little extreme out there, but I missed it. I missed it a lot. So I've been in that situation before, and it feels good. So I'm just hoping to my next match that I play, and the rest for us, the rolls go our way, and we keep getting the wins.
Great to speak to you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Alternate breaks, and so Styer is in first, trying to go in front, as he was at 1-0. Well, this time, Jeremy, the one does find the intended target.
Yeah, it seemed like he put a hair more speed maybe than his last break. That may have helped things. Don't think he's got really too much of a play on the 2. Be a little something more if the 3 was over a pocket somewhere. You may take on this bank knowing you're going to get position, but you hate to shoot at 1 and then not get shape. I'm surprised he's hitting downward on this. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
The last time he went in front at 1-0, it was because he banked the 8. Will the 2-ball lead to big things as well?
Well, he obviously felt good about the shot and had a bit of a 2-way in mind if he missed. Yeah, I like him sizing this up. I don't think it's, the ball's cut a little easier on the slick table. I don't think it's so easy to get over to play the green 6 in that right middle side pocket. May end up going forward with the cue ball here rather than drawing. Okay, he's going to draw over. It's almost like you got to take what it gives you here. Don't force it. He may have fallen dead straight here. If he has, he's going to have to play a 7-8 combination. That's what he's sizing up at the moment. And normally, these players would kind of force the cue ball one way or another to try and gain position, but these sides are so tough. I don't really think you can cheat it.
What a pivotal shot coming up.
Yeah, it looks like, of course the camera can fool us, it looks like the 7 may fall down a little bit off the 8, so he's got to be mindful of that as well.
Jeremy Jones, the master of the insightful call.
Yeah, and really a little surprising. He probably got a little more movement on the 7 because he did hit it pretty pure. So that'll cause the 7 to move a little further than he suspected. I don't know. I get a good feeling here. Gonna kick this in. Well, I think he'll take it.
It could have been a whole lot worse, you're right. Absolutely right. The cue ball very close to the cushion. The 9 knocked awkwardly.
I don't think he can attack here. think he's got to play safe. He's going away from the 9 on the rail.
On a table of this speed, that is the judgment of a magician.
Yeah, that was great, and you know, you call it a safety. There's no snooker there, but I think he definitely pulled the correct trigger on the safety instead of attacking. You can see he's going for the bank.
Again, as we said before, could have been worse.
Yeah, and that was somewhat intended on the miss to leave a difficult shot. I think he attacks here as well. Tries to bank the 7 to the top right corner and come from behind on the 9. It's the type of bank the ball doesn't want to hang very often. It usually wants to go in or get away from the. Oh, he's hitting downward, so he's putting more speed.
He's banking brilliantly. No, sir. That could be a real turning point.
Yeah, when he first got this shot, I kind of felt like he would draw the ball or hit downward on the ball. That's what most would do, but it's a lot of preference, really.
The Bumblebee has stung Tyler Styer, and it's stung Team USA. Styer, he started the comeback in 2018. Let's recall that famous match in Alexandra Palace.
And he is going for it. A 9 for the cup. What a shot! Shane Van Boning and Team USA. Unbelievable finish.
There you go. They pick up the Mosconi Cup for the first time since 2009.
Carl Boyes on the left, Billy Thorpe on the right. You know, you don't see too many missed 9 balls at this level, and when you do see one missed, quite often it has a negative effect on momentum. Billy Thorpe signing an iPad.
Yeah, technology these days. There's the missed 9, just slightly overcut. But it doesn't take much. Mickey did clean it up to take a 3-2 lead.
You know, 2024 for Mickey Krause has been a winning year. Everyone talks about his win in the European Open, and quite rightly so. But he also won the Bucharest Open in Romania. He's had lots and lots of top finishes. Semi-finalist in the Perry Open in Vietnam, which was a powerful field. And winning becomes a habit.
Yeah, now both players getting the 1 down. This 2's going to open up. What about the 8? It looks like, yeah, the pocket's gotten covered up. And it's a very off-angle combination, so you don't figure that to be a shot at. Yeah, pool is such a subtle game, and You talk about the Gorst slam that he had this year, Fedor Gorst. You know, he won 2 of those hill, right? One against Josh there at the Whirlpool Masters, and then one against Kachi. Well, people may have known Mickey's name a little bit better prior to this year if they'd have paid attention to some scores, that he's lost so many hill matches against great players in the last few years to really make that step up. And now this year he just started getting past them, and he's really shined. Don't know where he's going with the cue ball there. Yeah, there were a lot of choices there. There must have been something he liked.
After a missed 9-ball, we see this so often. The game presents a test to the player who's just made a mistake. And it's not a very appetizing test either.
No, it's just like talking to a few of the players and different things about this Mosconi and Team American. You know, they're going to get their hands back on this cup. You knew it wasn't going to be easy, that's for sure. But same thing here for Tyler. Looks like a mistake, but of course the cue ball dressing up near the cushion, pretty straight here from distance. This is the part of the game I give Tyler to be a little advantage over Mickey. Very good with the safety side of things.
And that's one of the great tenets of any sport: play to your strengths.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, all these players are very aggressive. That's what makes them so great, but you got to be able to play the safe as well.
And it looks as though Steyer's shot choice has been well and truly vindicated.
Sure.
Asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. That is entirely permissible, but it does come out of your 30 seconds.
Yeah, that last game felt like such a big momentum, of course, with the 9, but Tyler was making a beautiful out until that combination and position on the 7 got away. So he's hitting the ball nice. Don't let that 9 ball fool you.
Imperative that Styer converts here. Where he is now, I'd be very surprised if he made a mistake.
Yeah, again, a lot of times it's not about what you want to do, it's about what's needed. Probably came over a bit more than I would have, but he's feeling good. I'm looking to tie this match.
1-1, it was 2-2, and now it's 3-3. The first singles living up to expectations.
Let's move, let me knock it up. Not got a limit, no obstacle. Up in the middle, gotta heat it up. Got a taste for the game, now I eat it up. We crazy, it's how we live it. Nobody told me nothing, none of it wrong. If you stay so you think you can take it, but you better get your soul.
It's still very early. The embryonic stages of this Mosconi Cup. But USA need something to cheer about. And Tyler Styer provided it there with that 9-ball. He's 3-3 with Mickey Krause. And his teammates, Billy Thorpe and his captain, Skylar Woodward, were out on the floor trying to gee up the crowd if they required that, because they know the next 2 or 3 racks are gigantic in their importance. Perhaps, Jeremy, the best break we've seen so far in the match.
Yeah, a little unlucky, just inches away from the 2 and not really a playable pocket, or at least I don't think so. He's made some banks already this match, but I think that alley is kind of locked up. Now, if he's got to go up table off the right side of the 2. The snooker pretty imperative here, but really you want to get the cue ball on the rail if you can. That way, if you let him look at the 2, he doesn't have such an easy safety. Wouldn't say terrible, though, really. Yeah, he's looking at the kick, and the kick can get away from you. I don't think Tyler's left a lot of options. Cutting off the right side, or Mickey's right side of the 2.
Extension call.
You may end up seeing him go for this and try and go up and down the table with the cue ball. All right, he's kicking, I guess. Could easily scratch, or maybe even. Yeah, this is gonna be okay for Mickey.
It was a semi-kicking stick.
Yeah, he actually stuck the cue ball better than I thought he would. I thought it would leak more, but he kind of swerved into that angle. So I'll tell you one thing, Mickey's not backing off. You know, a lot of players wouldn't even try that just because the swerve from that much distance and the Mosconi on a slick table. But Mickey he's got a lot of belief. And it's certainly engaged here at the Mosconi. Again, one he could kick to the top cushion. Try and bang the 2 down here by the cluster on the bottom end. Looks like he's going to go to the side cushion. If he does that, I think he should try to make it, really. Is he thinking about a little action on the 9 here maybe as well?
No pot, no cover, but nothing easy.
No, not at all. And that's what we want. We want to see difficult layouts, difficult racks. I don't know if he can get enough inside spin. He's looking at pocketing the 2 ball and going 3 rails with a high right ball. I think the 6 is a big ball. I think it's going to be pretty difficult to get by that one.
Well, that was exactly what he didn't want to do.
Yeah, and that's all experience there. You saw the cue ball kind of hug the rail. Mickey didn't expect it. Watch the cue ball, see it change directions there. And that's just the Mosconi Cup experience that he's lacking at the moment, knowing how the cue ball reacts.
Now this is Nirvana for Tyler Styer. Ball in hand, all of the balls in the open. Nothing awkward in sight. For all intents and purposes, he should regain the lead.
Yeah, we've had some difficult layouts in this match, this short race to 5, and this is one of the friendlier ones, especially starting with ball in hand. So much going on in this match, though, even though it's only match number 3 and day number 1. You know, you wonder about Mickey, how he's going to go on in this Mosconi Cup.
Not available.
You feel like Tyler's got to be a huge piece if USA is going to get their hands back on the cup. And USA trying to get on the board, which is probably the most important part of this match.
And as we've seen in the Ryder Cup over the years, on countless occasions, so often it's not your star men who make the big difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice stroke there. That one caught a little knuckle going in on the right side. All right, he can come 2 rails or 1. There's enough angle for both.
Don't think it's an exaggeration to say in practice this would be pretty much a formality. But with this crowd, with what's at stake, this is the polar opposite of practice.
Yeah, did he fall straight? Does he need to go short side on the 9? I think so.
He's missed 1 9-ball. I'd be astounded if he were to miss this one. For the first time since he won the opening rack, aided by a double, a bank on the 8-ball, Tyler Styer goes in front at 4-3. He's on the hill. And he's got 1 more break to come. You made a very good point, Jeremy. If it goes 3-0 Europe, that is a crisis for the USA. There's no getting away from it. But if America can win this match with the 2 giants coming up next, Gorst and Van Boding, suddenly it could be 2-2. And what happened early could be erased.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, you just go on about your business after that. But yeah, big match, big game here for Tyler Styer and Team USA. And again, you'll never know what kind of, you know, mental game this plays for both these 2 youngsters that are out there right now. Moving forward, I mean.
So Krause has got to win this rack. He does get to break. Then he's got to hope that the break of Styer in the decider doesn't work out, and he can salvage that one as well. These American fans are a lot more energized, and you can tell why. Tyler Styer, he's a cheesehead from the great state of Wisconsin. Is it going to be a win for Wisconsin? Wisconsin, one of 23 states, Jeremy, that have been represented in the Mosconi Cup. We're nearly halfway there.
Yeah.
24 racks to 3.
All right, the cue ball got kissed a couple times. Did get the one down, but it's going to be a push-out situation, you would think anyways. So Tyler Styer is going to have the first choice.
Please pause the clock. Okay.
Is this what they call a wardrobe malfunction?
Please consider the clock.
I wouldn't push out to where he just pointed the cue. I wouldn't challenge him from there. Yeah, I like that upper left corner though a little better.
Push out ball.
He's going to push out to the jump.
Tyler, it's your choice.
I'll tell you what, if Tyler can reach it, I think maybe he takes this on.
That could be playing with fire.
Yeah, but you got to think about it, right? I mean, this is where the alternate break, you can think a little differently. You do get to break next. If you like the shot here, I think you got to take it on if you're Tyler.
Oh, definitely. I'm thinking about, from Krause's perspective, it could be playing with fire.
Extension call.
Tyler burns his extension early, but if you notice and watch Tyler in this Mosconi, he's one player that doesn't mind pulling the trigger while the beeps are going off at the final 5 seconds. I think he's a favorite.
They cheered for a split second and then realized it wasn't quite as productive as they wanted it to be, because that cue ball went in behind the 9.
Yeah, if you notice, he caught the 2 a little thick to the pocket, so he didn't get as much movement on the cue ball. Like Phil said, he wanted to come for the 3 in the side. All right, just a rolling ball here. You can hit either side and get safe.
Now that's a really good shot from Krause. The crowd on his back. The scoreboard against him. He had to deliver there.
Yeah, from distance with spin as well. Could have just kind of brought the 3 down and maybe got the snooker, decided to take on the shot as he should. Now big swerve here from Tyler. Oh, a jump. And swerve.
Extension call.
Wow. They call this a game of fractions. Most certainly was there. That could have been Krause's second unforced scratch of the match. So easily.
Yeah, maybe trying to get a little too much out of that one. Trying to thread the needle. That's what caused the double kiss.
The way things are going, just the general feel of this rack, I can't see anything other than a Styer win.
Oh, a beautiful kick there. Had to swerve the ball, get the 3 past the 4, which was always difficult. He's elevated here, so I'm not so sure what he's doing. And that was by design, trying to use the purple 5 to hold the cue ball and then bang the 3 up the table a couple rails. Knows he didn't have a whole lot, so he wanted to leave distance at least. And he's gotten it pretty awkward, really. I think Mickey's tired of the safety. He's going to go.
Jeremy, one of those racks where you have to graft.
Well, the balls, I'll tell you, they've rearranged the furniture a little bit the last few shots. The balls are in totally different positions than they were to start the game. Now Tyler looking at a very difficult 3-8 combination. Is there a kiss shot on the 7, possibly? Looks like that ball's rolled a bit far.
Someone in a supportive kind of way shouted, "Good shot, kid." I'm not so sure that might have swung the pendulum in this rack.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to control that speed, but I think he's just trying to leave it difficult. And from what I've seen so far, and I didn't see it as much, of course, at the Reyes it seemed like, but I don't think Mickey is totally comfortable with the table at the moment.
Well, you had to make contact at the very least. I just had that feeling, I told you a few moments ago. Styer is in to win.
Yeah, if you look at that kick even, he added a bunch of left spin, and I don't think that was necessary. It didn't look like the 7 really had him that cut off. But if you look at a number of shots, I think there's certain types of shots that maybe Jason needs to go over a little bit with Mickey in the practice room. Oh, behind the back here. Shouldn't be a problem. This is going to travel for a bit more than you'd think. This is certainly missable, Phil. This cue ball has gotten lost a little bit.
Almost there. 2 balls away from his 3rd singles win in the Mosconi Cup. And this will feel mighty good.
Well, I'll tell you another thing too. Tyler's just one of those guys that once he plays a solid match, he really doesn't dip too far from that. And he's pieced a lot of nice shots together here in this race to 5.
Tyler, terrific. Styer off to a flyer. Mickey Krause, the European debutant, still has a lot to learn about this Mosconi Cup, and his first taste of being out there on his own did not turn out well. The Americans are right back in this. They have a point on the board. They have something to shout about, and it's been provided by Wisconsin's Tyler Styer. He defeats Mickey Krause 5-3.
This is meant to be, like it's my destiny. You better believe me, make it look easy, like it was made for me. I was made for this.